Hello everyone. Greed almost took me out and it was a big deal. And so we need to learn how to slay that greed monster. I need to learn, you need to learn. I'm going to talk all about it in today's video. This is going to be one of the most important videos I've ever done. So I'm going to need you to watch it, like it, subscribe, and leave a comment. Stay to the end because I'm going to be doing something to help you with your trading at the very end. So let's go ahead and get started. All right. So this is trade number 6, and I'm going to go through, and it's not live because this is where the trade entry was right here. It's not live because I was getting in later in the day and I didn't have time to do a recording. And so I was like, okay, I'm just going to do it and see what happens. But here's what I want to go over. So I did an entry right here. Well, first of all, earlier in the day I did a long here. Okay, that was a really nice trade. Okay, and I can actually show you where the long went, and I know you guys want to see them live, but I won't do this often. It's just a recap. But here's why I went long. I went long because you guys know I like to use levels. But here's the level. See how it's a zone here, a zone here, a zone was right here. So I went long yesterday. Okay, that was the first setup. But that's not the one I really want to talk about because that went perfect. I went long and boom, got out. But the one that didn't go well, oh, and by the way, here's the verification, same account. You see the number, live, the same account, and then here's the balance, okay? And I started the series at 9,000 just a week ago, so 4,000 in a week, not bad if I do say so myself. But wait and let me talk about how the greed got before I start patting myself on the back. I'm about ready to get really mad at myself. Okay, so here's the situation. I went short here because there was this zone right here. You see this zone? I actually have it drawn out with this level. You see that? And it's actually touching it right now, so it's a possibility that I would consider short, but since I'm done for the day, I'm not going to do it. But I use this level here. And this level. There was 2 levels right in the same area. I was going short. You see, short, short, short. And it was worked out beautifully. And one thing I want you to know about me is I like to put my stop losses above other zones. So I had my stops up here. So here were my stops, and here was the trade. And last night in the evening, right around the time I was going to bed, it was here at my original take profit. Okay, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to get out. And these trades were up pretty nice, roughly $1,200. Okay, and so I was happy. I was getting ready to go to bed. And life was good, except for one thing. I should have closed these trades. You see that little green line? I'll zoom up on this. That little green line right there, that was where my take profit was. And rather than close it, I moved my take profit. I moved my take profit. And why did I do that? Why did I move my take profit? Well, it was greed. Because I was up with 3 positions about, we'll just say, I don't know the exact number. I'm just going to say $1,200. I was up about $1,200. And that's a great trade, right? Well, I'm thinking, well, if it can get back down to this level, I might make even more. And so that was a good thought. I'm like, well, if it's here, I'll make $3,000. $3,000. And I just kept thinking about $3,000. So I went over and I looked at a 4-hour chart. And I looked at a 4-hour. And I saw that the MACD had some room. I'm like, well, the MACD's not overextended. It's just turning. Let's go for it. So I left it alone. I left it alone. And, well, I woke up in the morning, and this is what I saw. I saw price right up against my stop loss with a huge loser. And I'm like, oh, man. Oh, I was really upset. Well, I double-checked my stops to make sure because I didn't want to lose the whole account, but my mind started to play tricks on me. I'm like, you know what? I just let greed get to the best of me. I promised myself I wasn't going to do that. I am done making these mistakes. Now look, for the most part, have learned to take my losses, and the reason I can take my losses is because I know I'll get it back. It's still really hard for me to take my losses because I feel like, why take a loss if I can still possibly win the trade? Right? That's how I think. But now I'm learning, after doing this for years and years and years, I'm learning I can come back from any loss as long as I am protecting my risk, my capital. That's the most important thing, is protecting that capital. So this would have been pretty nasty. I might have had to take a day off to deal with the stress if it had gone up. But then I woke up and I started doing my morning routine, and then by the time I get to work, it was here, and I got out in the morning when I got to work. So the moral of the story is I still ended up making a very nice profit on the day. You can go back and look from the last video at the balance there. I can't remember what it was, but it was roughly 12,000. So you can see a really nice day. I've hit all of my trading goals this week, but I almost blew it. I almost blew it because of greed. So I'm filming this video for me so I can remember, Casey, remember, don't be greedy. Take the profit. I should have taken the profit right here. I should have done it. Don't be greedy. I'm talking to myself. I'm not talking to you, but now I'm talking to you. Use my lesson as an example so that you follow your initial plan. My initial plan was to take profit right here, but I changed it because I wanted to make some more money. And so as long as I hit my goals, I'm fine. And this would have been way beyond my goals, way beyond. And so it was greed, trying to really make more than what I was initially planning. So that's my lesson. Let's work together. Let me know if you got any value from this, if you benefited from this video, if you've experienced anything else. If you have any stories that's similar to this, let me know in the comments. I'll reply. I'll feature you in a future video. I want to hear the stories. I want to know what you traders out there are going through. Because what I went through yesterday was pretty rough. I went through an emotional roller coaster. And one of my good friends, Patrick Walker from missionwinners.com, he was on my podcast yesterday, right before all this happened. And he said, there's two kinds of capital. There's the actual money capital, but then there's emotional capital. And emotional capital is more valuable because then you make more mistakes and it stresses you out. And so I almost blew a big load of emotional capital yesterday, and thank the Lord I didn't, but I learned a valuable lesson, and I'm recording it here for all of you. Okay, now, leave your comment. Now, here's the other thing I want to reply to. I'm thinking about launching a challenge on Monday, like a trading challenge, where all of you will post your results with me in the chat. And I know people don't like to do that. I know they don't like to expose themselves. Hey, I don't like it, and I'm on YouTube. But I'm doing it because I want to see if you guys can learn how to make money every day, right? I've been doing this series, Make Money Every Day. If you could learn to be profitable daily, one day in, one day out, and I don't do it every day. In the last week, so far I haven't had any losing days on this video series, but in the last 2 weeks I have had one losing day. And so it happens, right? It happens. But I want you guys to start participating, and we can do a 5-day challenge. It's not going to be like I'm recruiting you forever, but it's just a 5-day challenge where everybody will get in, they'll post some comments, they'll post some trades, we'll all help each other right in the community in YouTube. And if that's of interest to you, please let me know, and I'll start that on Monday. I need at least 15 people to say, yes, that's great. And I'm asking for 2 things on this video. First, I'm asking for you to reply about the greed, and if you share a story. And then second, I'm going to be asking about this challenge starting on Monday. So if I can get enough feedback, I'm going to do it. And in the meantime, I'm going to keep posting my challenges for myself and for you, just to help me stay on board. But thankfully, I'm still on a 6-day streak, and I'm happy about it. But I'll see you guys soon. Looking forward to hear the feedback from everyone.